And then I've got to give a special shout out to one of my favorite people. He's a little bit of a troublemaker. He's a little bit irascible.
Yes.
But he is a man of God, and he's a man of people, and he has been a great friend to me for a very long time. So give it up for Reverend Joseph Black. So Atlanta, I'm here not just because I need your help, although I do. I'm here because your country needs your help. Now, back in 2008, we came together because we believed in a basic bargain that built this country. Basic idea that in America, your life is not determined by the circumstances of your birth. The idea that here in America, if you are willing to work hard, then you can find a job that pays a living wage, that you can care for your family, that you can have a home, that you can send your kids to college and allow them to have experiences and opportunities you didn't even dream of, that you can retire with dignity and respect. That basic American idea that if you take responsibility for your own life, that you can go as far as your dreams can take it. It doesn't matter what you look like, where you come from, what your last name is, who you love. That basic American idea that you can make it if you try.
Yeah.
And for almost a decade, we had seen that dream that built the largest middle class in history and the most successful economy in history. We had seen that dream slipping away. We had watched surpluses turn into deficits. We had seen 2 wars fought on a credit card. We had seen a few people at the top do really, really well, while more and more folks were struggling to get by. Dealing with higher costs of health care or higher costs of education, but weren't seeing higher salaries or higher incomes. And this was all before the worst financial crisis in our lifetime struck, the worst economic crisis in our lifetimes hit. And so over the last 3.5 years, that journey that we began, it's been tough sometimes. We've had a steep mountain to climb. But slowly and surely, the American people have proved once again that they are tougher than tough times. There were folks who said, let's let Detroit go bankrupt. We said, let's invest in American workers and American businesses. All across the country, folks who lost their jobs, they went back to school, retrained for the industries of the future. All across the country, small businesses hung on, no matter how tough it was. Kept folks on payroll, even if the owner sometimes couldn't take a salary, because they understood that families were depending on them. And over time, what we've seen is steady progress and steady movement. More than 4 million jobs created over the last 27 months. More than 800,000 created just the last few months alone. But of course, we understand we had a big hole that was created by that crisis. And it's going to take more than just a few months or a few years to dig our way out of that hole, because this is a challenge that's existed for over a decade now. And we recognize there's still too many of our friends who don't have work, and too many of our family members whose homes are underwater. Too many folks struggle. We've got more work to do. We understand we've got so much more work to do. And the question is not whether we need to put more folks back to work, or whether we need to see the economy growing faster, or whether we need to bring down our debt. The question is, how do we do it? The question is, how do we do it? you grow America. Two fundamentally different visions about who we are as a people and what makes this nation great. Now, on one side, you got Mr. Romney. Mr. Romney is a patriotic American. He's got a beautiful family. He's been very successful in his life. But his basic vision is one in which, if wealthy investors like him, folks at the very top, are freed up from any kind of regulations, if they are maximizing their profits, even if it means polluting more, or offshoring jobs, or avoiding taxes, or busting unions, whatever the strategies, if they're doing well, then everybody else is automatically doing well. That's their view. And that's basically their economic plan. I'm not making this up. It's on Mr. Romney's website. Members of Congress have put forward this plan. They voted for this plan. Their basic idea is we're going to eliminate regulations on everything. We are going to provide a $5 trillion tax cut on top of the Bush tax cuts for the wealthiest Americans. And we're just going to let the market take care of the rest, and the presumption is that everybody here, everybody around the country will share in this newfound prosperity. Now, I don't doubt that they will execute this plan if they get elected. Here's the problem. We tried it. We tried it very recently. And it didn't work. That kind of top-down economics has never worked. That's not how this country was built. It's good for a few, but it doesn't create that broad-based middle class and folks having ladders to get into the middle class that made this country great. So we've got an alternative vision, because I believe we're all in it together. I've got a vision that says the way we're going to grow our economy and put people back to work is to make sure every child in America has the best education possible. I've got a vision that says the way we grow our economy is by making sure that we're bringing manufacturing back to the United States. I've got a vision that says the way we build our economy is to rebuild America. Our roads, our bridges, our runways, our ports, our airports. Bring people back to work.